Welcome back, family. Today, we are reviewing this 55-year-old woman who decided to end her 27-year-old marriage thinking that she could do better. Well, it didn't take long for life to humble her and let her know what her real value is.
I went on my first date, and we had been talking for a month. He was 3 hours away, and he made my heart pitter-patter. But we met, and we're not each other's person. But I'm feeling sadly heartbroken, and I didn't see that coming. So I don't know what to do about this dating thing.
You don't invest too much from the start. You're talking to someone on the phone for a month. Keep your emotions in check. That's for everybody, men and women. Keep your emotions in check. Give it some time. I know we're all hopeful that this is going to be the one. We're going to get married. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We all need to slow it down. Just be rational about it for a while and then see how it develops over months.
You thought that you could just get out of a 27-year-old marriage at 55 and get a man by just snapping your fingers. Well, you played yourself. This woman tried all her tricks and thirst trap to get Chad to commit to her with no success. Just look at how far she went to be sexy and sensual at 55. She got swimming suit to go to the beach to find her Prince Charming with zero success. Guys, this woman got rejected left and right, and she got pumped and dumped so much to the point of admitting that all she is good for is to be in a situationship. Let's watch.
I just got so tired.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the dance routine on TikTok. That's fine that she's playful and like that, but maybe that's when you do find a boyfriend. Maybe that's a nice thing to do for him. But for all your friends on TikTok, maybe that's not such a great idea. You got kids. Maybe they don't want to see that. Bless her heart. That would be a wonderful thing for her eventual boyfriend to have. She seems very playful, and that's nice. But this is not for TikTok.
Tired of first dates that weren't going anywhere. Nothing was working out. Nothing was happening. And I didn't want a one-night stand. I wanted like a 3-night stand or a 5-night stand. So I took a different approach through Tinder.
Yeah, she's lonely. She doesn't want to come out and say, hey, I'm just lonely as all heck.
I found someone, the profile seemed to match kind of what I was looking for. I messaged him, we talked. I said, what are you looking for? He's like, I'm a busy single dad. But, life's short, I'm open to whatever. And I said, look, here's what I'm looking for. And I told him, someone who's not currently seeing anybody else, to have preferably more than one time with. And it just all worked out so great. And for as long as it lasts, I'm just going to enjoy it and be super happy about it.
This is exactly what women mean by saying, I am not happy. All they actually want is the drama of chasing after men that don't even want them. Most women don't even know what they actually want. And for some reason, they will put the blame of not being happy on the marriage and their ex-husband instead of working on themselves.
He seems a little harsh. She seems okay. She's just trying. I think she's trying her best. She doesn't seem like, as he described there.
Happiness is a state of mind. This woman chose TikTok and strangers on the internet to make her happy instead of working on her marriage. And I will prove it to you in this next clip.
Yesterday I did my first TikTok, and I was just walking on this very trail, just talking with you guys and kind of sharing that I was kind of sad about just various relationship things and, being single again after 27 years. And you guys completely blew me away with your love and support and encouragement. Almost 3,000 of you stopped what you were doing and commented, and even more, hit that heart button to send me love. And I just wanted you to know that you lifted me up so high with your love and support, and I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. I feel so good today.
Now, before we move on, the tears of regret, I want you to listen to this message very carefully. And if you are a woman watching, pay very attention to this advice. You guys can all see the attitude of joy and gratefulness this woman has toward people she doesn't even know on the internet. That is all men ask for in a relationship. A man will go through thick and thin to make sure that a woman who always show this level of positive attitude.
Yeah, I wonder if she was like this with her husband. Dancing for him. And yeah, it's sad. She has to have TikTok to get likes and stuff like that to make her feel better. But okay, yeah, if that works, life can be a little rough.
Is always well taken care of. I mean, since this woman started to post on TikTok, she will wake up in the morning and just start dancing for her followers. I mean, just look at all that positive energy she is giving to strangers who can just disappear tomorrow. Nothing really changed, except her mindset of believing that these strangers want to see her happy. This proves that happiness is indeed a state of mind.
Moves.
You choose to be happy. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for reality to kick in and remind her that she is really alone.
So Memorial Day weekend is coming, and I don't have any plans. And that makes me kind of sad. I get a little jealous when I see these people packing up their trucks and heading up to the mountains. The last several years of my marriage, we stopped having fun. We certainly didn't go camping on Memorial Day weekend because of the crowds. I want a crowd. I want to be stuck in traffic with a car full of people.
It's tough. You're in the rut with this person, and you see each other this one way, and you know what they're gonna say, and it's the same old, same old. It's hard to introduce some spice into a situation like that. Not that it can't happen, but 27 years, I can't imagine. Maybe there was no bedroom fun. She's probably not dancing around the kitchen for him. It's kind of, I guess you have to rediscover each other. You get so used to behaving one way with someone you're with for a long time, and then you get used to acting one way. But we're really diverse people. And if that can come out somehow, it could probably save. Easier said than done.
I want to complain about the campers next door that are being loud. I want to be the camper being loud till 1 a.m. Like 10. And yeah, there's a man in this scenario. And he's baiting my hook because he knows I don't like that part. And I'll cram my fat ass into a bathing suit because life is too short to care what people think about me. We'll sit around the campfire laughing and telling stories. And then Morgan Wallen comes on and I'm not the only one singing. And then we'll all head home sunburned. So I guess the question is, what do I need to do to get that back in my life?
This is why so many women are on some kind of antidepressant medication. They prefer to make up fantasy stories in their head instead of appreciating what they have in their lives. Guys, this woman is trying to cope so hard by putting on a facade. Check it out.
I think she's trying. My hat's off to her. She's trying. I think she's seems like a fun person. Maybe the marriage wasn't right.
Reach out to those of you who are going through a divorce, who are separated, who are contemplating separation. I've been there. I don't encourage divorce. I also don't encourage staying in an unhappy marriage. My marriage fell apart, and for years and years, I couldn't face the truth. Neither of us could. And we stayed together far too long, and I became severely depressed.
I wish you would say what it was. I'm curious. A lot of these videos, they'll talk about it, but it'll be so vague. Well, what the heck happened? What's the truth? And then they say, I don't know what happened. I just wasn't happy. And then you're like, well, maybe you better look a little closer at yourself. But who knows what happened with this woman?
Depressed and anxious, and it was really a horrible, horrible time. And I just didn't have the strength to leave. And when I finally did, I fell apart again. But I think I'm crying because of the memories of that hard time. But now, believe me, friends, there's so much happiness waiting for you on the other side. You just gotta go through the pain to get there. And I'm actually...
Can't you tell how much happiness is there on the other side? Yeah, you're going to have a tough time selling that, lady.
Very happy.
This woman is not happy. I will just play 2 of her many videos where she keeps complaining about the dating scene, and you guys can judge for yourself if she looks happy to you.
Okay, that's it. No more dating apps. No more texting. No more FaceTiming. No more long distance. No more online anything. I'm done. From now on, if I happen to meet somebody, like at the grocery store or in some normal, healthy freaking way, and we have normal conversation and normal, can I get your number, and normal, go on a date, then I'm open to that. But everything else can suck it.
Here's her complaining again after another failed date for some stupid reasons.
Another dud, you guys. Another. Oh my God. At least this one wasn't an asshole. It started off pretty good, and I thought, okay, maybe for like 10 minutes. But he never stopped talking about himself. And when he would ask me a question, he wouldn't wait for the answer. He would just start talking again. I never even got to talk. He didn't ask me about myself, didn't listen.
Maybe he was rusty. He was just a little rusty and nervous. When you're in your 50s like this woman, I could see how it is for people getting out of a long 27-year-old marriage. And it's a little nerve-wracking and trying to figure out what to say. And when you're just used to talking to your old ex-wife all the time. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. To the streets she belongs, and to the streets she shall return. My wife left suddenly after 25 years of marriage. I was devastated for 2 years. Yeah. Sunk deep into alcohol, cleaned myself up, and made a new life for myself. After 10 years, I was very grateful to her for leaving, as it gave me a chance to reinvent myself and have new adventures in life. Yeah, sometimes it's a gift. You hear me saying this in videos. Sometimes when crud goes to hell, and while you're in it, it's devastating. But if you can see things a little differently and wonder, well, what's the silver lining in here? What's the good thing out of this? It may take a little while, but you eventually say, oh, God, I didn't belong with that person. I'm glad she left. I'm glad I had the balls to end, one of those scenarios. It can be a gift. What's worse than a teenage girl's complaining on TikTok? Grandma's complaining on TikTok. Please take away their... That's somebody's grandma. I feel terrible for her. Stranger validation is more important than her marriage. After seeing her dancing in the kitchen, I'm thinking her ex-husband is extremely lucky. Life is, hey, do you want your woman dancing around the kitchen? Yeah, that's fun. Life's too short to care about what people think of me. And yet she posts all this crap online for the validation of people, strangers. Geez, the irony is astounding. She's just lonely. I'm a woman, so maybe I can give a little bit of perspective. Okay, I'll listen to this. I'm 39. I've been married for 13 years. But before I met my husband, I always thought the man I was with was responsible for my happiness. I learned over time, I am responsible for my happiness. Once you realize that, you're no longer waiting for someone to make you happy. You work on yourself to make yourself happy. I think a lot of women, especially older women, don't realize that. My husband makes me happy, but it's not fair to put my happiness on his shoulders like it's his responsibility. Okay, interesting. Valid. Dating is a young person's game. Once you have locked down a partner, walking away almost never works, as not only have your looks faded, the world has moved on and dating rules change. Well, yes, the world does move on and dating rules do change. It can be a completely different scene. And in her 27 years, and she's coming back out and trying, she's making the best of it. I think we should all cut her some slack. She wants a fantasy life where she's always happy. Yeah, we all do. We all want that fantasy life where we're all happy. Why not? Yeah, I want to be happy. Everyone watching me now wants to be happy. That's my fantasy. My mother is doing this right now to my father. They've been married for 42 years, and she has been surrounding herself with a bad group of women, all of them divorced and or single, and they bar hop weekly. That's trouble. She recently told my father she no longer loves him and that it's time to focus on her. She said this has been in the works for 2 years, yet she just brought it up. She basically dividing the entire family and just destroying relationships left and right. I stopped speaking to her and cut her off to my children. They were happily married for 42 years. Okay. She keeps saying how brave she is. Oh, gosh. And it makes me effing sick. Why are women like this? I don't think you should cut her off and your kids. Maybe you should try to take her out to lunch and talk it through with her and kind of be patient and let her talk. A lot of relationships get ruined by girls' friends. I gotta be honest. This over and over again. And I've had relationships that didn't take off because I know the girl is going to her friends and discussing and criticizing everything I said or a text message I wrote, and they're reinterpreting everything. It's almost impossible to survive that in 2025 as a man. A woman is going to go to her friends. All her friends are all angry and riled up from modern culture and man hate. And they're going to take anything that you said or wrote in a text message, and they're like, look at what he's saying here. Don't put up with this. You deserve better. Like, yeah, you deserve to be alone like all your angry, bitter friends. That's what they're saying. They don't want to be alone with their angry, bitter feelings, so they're going to help you to find fault with whatever's going on in your situation. And that happens a lot. Your friends aren't really your friends. I question their ability to be friends with each other because they're so competitive and they want what their friends want, and they want someone has something a little bit better. The hypergamy kicks in. It's so different from a man's friendship with another man. Women's friendships, I don't know. It's tricky. Not everyone's gonna like that, but that's what I've noticed. What have you noticed? Women in the audience, tell me about your friends. Do they influence you? And they say, give him the benefit of the doubt. You must have loved him at one time. Maybe he's just going through a hard time. Do they say stuff like that to you? Hey, you should really try to work it out. I think Charlie's a good guy. He's done this, and that for you in the past. Maybe you could save that relationship. Do they do that? Be honest with yourself. I'd love to hear it in the comments what you've experienced. It can be rough getting through her friends. I wonder what it's like for the young bucks in their 20s. What's it like for you? Do your girlfriends go back to their friends and spoil your relationship? Yeah, no one wants to be unhappy alone. And a lot of these women are regretting their divorce and the terrible relationships they're having now, and dating isn't what it should be. I did a video recently. A woman's miserable and crying, and she's sweating out her eyes. And then next, she's making a TikTok video encouraging all the other women. I think I made a mistake. And then the next video, I was like, you should get a divorce. And up on the screen is like, get a divorce, get a divorce. She's like encouraging something that's making her miserable. Again, I don't know. Maybe her marriage was miserable. And she should leave if it's not right. And she's tried everything and tried to work it out. But our little friend here making her TikToks, I felt bad for her. I don't think she's like a lot of the other super selfish people we see in these videos making these TikToks. I think she's just confused and trying as hard as she can. And she definitely has a fun-loving type personality. There's probably a guy out there for her, but it's tough for her. I think this guy was unnecessarily harsh with her. But that's that. You don't agree with me? You think I was too soft on her? Let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.